this place, once it is relocated, it won't be 2023. 2023, the Air Force will start its relocation process, but the whole thing will actually take shape probably 2040. So I know this is some years away. Okay, by then I'm 70 plus already. I don't know whether I still alive or not. But this whole place, okay, I forgot one thing. Okay, so sorry, forgot one thing. Okay, this whole stretch from Keppel all the way to Pasir Panjang, once is redeveloped. This all happened earlier. Once it redeveloped, I think the whole thing will complete by 2040. This thing will complete. All right, in another 17 years' time, this whole thing will complete. And it can accommodate 1 million people. 1 million people. Right now we have 5.6 million people. So by the time we reach 6.6 million people, all right, now the Greater Southern Waterfront can house an additional 1 million people. And as it is, Paya Lebar Air Base can house 5 Toa Payoh. I just found out that I'm not just found. Okay, now Toa Payoh has got 120,000 households. All right, so 5 times means 600,000 households. Now 600,000 households. All right, we know that household size is 3.5. So in other words, it can house something like 1.8 million people. Okay, so I don't think Singapore will be overcrowded, okay. But looking at the rate, I don't think we are ever going to hit 6.6 million anytime soon. No. All right. So now, what is the exciting part? This is not said by me. This is said by Mr. Lee Hsien Loong himself. All the surrounding estates, when the projects, when the private home projects are fronting or facing the direction of the airfield, the plot ratio will all be increased. The height limit will all be increased. So I think this is an exciting area. But this thing is not going to happen so soon. This thing I think is going to happen. Probably they will start building only 2040, but the Greater Southern Waterfront, I think will be complete within 15 to 17 years. So in other words, the BTO will all start to come up. Right, some of the condo will start. Okay, so and they even have planned to say that they will reserve the runway. All right, so this is basically just to excite your customer Nothing more than that but except that, okay, if you really have a project there, then the principle behind all you're supposed to understand and URA from time to time they will give talks. I'm very sure that your company has actually arranged many such talks with URA for the URA officers to actually go to your agency, or for your agencies to actually go there, or small group of leaders to actually go to the auditorium, and then they give you a briefing. All right. So as a student many years ago in NUS, I attended many such briefing in URA. It's still at the same place. Okay, technology corridor areas. Before that, I just want to tell you a short story. If you remember 2008, all right, 2008 October, 10th of October, the stock market, everywhere, the whole world crashed. In fact, meltdown for 10 days. And it was caused by the collapse of Lehman Brothers, which is a very big 140-year-old major bank in the US, and they collapsed because of the burst of the subprime loan bubble. or in short, the mortgage crisis, the mortgage crisis. No time to go into that. There's another story, another day. So the collapse of Lehman Brothers and the collapse of the stock market eventually followed by the collapse of 8 banks all over the United States of America. So for the next 6 months, property prices crashed to hard price. But only 2 places in the US, the property market was not affected. One is Silicon Valley, because around Silicon Valley, San Francisco Bay Area, and then Seattle. Now, Silicon Valley is self-explanatory already because all the technology companies are all there. All right, so they live and they work in close proximity. Now, then who is in Seattle? Microsoft is in Seattle, HQ in Seattle, and Microsoft is still very big today. So they have many contractors, subcontractors who write programs for them. They all want to do business with them. They all have their office around Microsoft, and then they also live near their office. Now, so if you remember what I said just now about the Greater Southern Waterfront, now the theory is not Sam Gaines' theory. The theory has been around since don't know how many years ago. There's always the corridor effect. So when the seaport moved, the warehouse moved, the factory moved, the office moved, and then the residents moved. So now proven by the fact that during the Great American Recession in Seattle, because Microsoft is there, so the office is there, all right, so the residence is also there. So therefore, there is this corridor effect also in Seattle, also in Silicon Valley. So it protected the property prices. All right. So now we come back to Singapore, technology corridor areas. But then the whole of Singapore is a technology corridor. Okay, except maybe you say Tuas is not. All right. And then you say maybe CBD, our central business district, is not. No, we are talking about the corridor. So you may have say, okay, my startup company is in One North. And then does it mean that you're going to live in Buona Vista area? Actually, no need. In Singapore, your startup can be in One North, that is Buona Vista itself. But you still live in River Valley area. You get what I mean? Because we are so small. All right. Now, so the Amor will continue to, the Caucasian, don't know where they come from. They can come from New Zealand, Australia, America, or UK. But let me tell you, they believe they are the same, right? Okay, so they congregate all in River Valley. All right, so our so-called live in close proximity to one another. Actually, it's within half an hour's drive. Singapore is so small. I still remember somebody asked my very good friend coming back from Michigan. So she followed my good friend coming back from Michigan. All right. My good friend came back for good because he studied and worked there and get married there for 10 years. So when he came back, his friend followed. So I became the chauffeur. I went to Changi Airport to pick them. And then after that, the American friend asked, "Hey Victor, so how long more do we need to travel to go to your house?" And then he's actually staying in Toa Payoh. So then my friend being in Michigan for 10 years, he cannot remember how many minutes from airport to his house. So he said, "Hey, how long more?" I said, "Maximum half an hour, barring the traffic. Maximum half an hour." So I said, so he told his friend, half an hour talk. So his friend asked him, Victor, what do your parents do? Why do you live so near to the airport? So I said, no, in Singapore, everybody live near the airport. No matter where you live, you drive, half an hour, you reach Changi Airport already. So in Singapore, the technology corridor areas, the corridor effects, actually we don't even feel it, right? We don't even feel it. But if I am forced to identify one area, then I will say Punggol Digital District, right? Punggol Digital District, Singapore's first smart town. So all the quality tenants are all there. Now, frankly, I don't know most of them. I only know Delta because Delta has been around for some time. I have friends working in the lighting department. But what caught my eye is blockchain. These are Wangxiang blockchain. It doesn't matter it is a Chinese name, but you know now they are very high tech.